Welcome to our debate regarding various topics that can use the Mongol Empire as evidence to back up claims we've made about the various topics. Today, I'm joined by Anthony Magana, Cesar Mercado, and Shubho Chakma. To begin, many countries have limited the use of the death penalty or banned it entirely. Is this a good thing to do, or do the limitations of the death penalty only contribute to negative actions?
Well, let me start off by thanking you for having us today on today's debate. And to answer your question, I think the death penalty has beneficial effects on society and beneficial effects in the Mongol Empire. What about you, Cesar?
I would say the death penalty would have negative effects because it would strike fear in the civilians as well as the surrounding colonies and empires, which would decline in the economy and the trade in the Mongol Empire. So it wouldn't be a necessarily positive thing. Anthony?
I think the death penalty is a good thing because although they're gonna be scared, it is a good thing because they'll be so scared that they won't even do crimes. So it's gonna lower the crime rate down, and the empire's gonna be more civilized.
Yeah, that's what
and centralized.
The beneficial effects I was talking about. Since the death penalty is in place, right? Serious crimes such as betrayal, murder, and other things along those lines aren't going to be committed because of the death penalty. People will be afraid to die. And so the only crimes being committed are the less serious ones, which don't have as much impact. And so the empire becomes safer, and along trade routes, merchants and other travelers don't have to worry about getting robbed and stuff. Because if they do and the robbers get caught, they get the death penalty. They get justification they get justice, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with Shubho and say that the death penalty, and Anthony, and say that the death penalty is a good thing for the empire. Because in the case of the Mongols, it allowed a lot of cultural identities to go to the Mongol Empire and not have to worry about being persecuted by anyone. And also traders and travelers could go there without having to worry about getting robbed or losing any of the stuff that they've gotten when they're in the empire due to this law that the Mongol Empire had in place.
I agree.
All right, so that'll cover up that topic. Another topic we have is acquiring mass amounts of territory through military conquest. Is this a good ploy? Anthony, what's your opinion on this?
I think it's good and bad at the same time because if you think about it, it's nice having a good empire knowing that you're powerful and everything. But like inside of it, since it's so huge, it's gonna be hard to control. And since there's a lot of protesters and conspirators, it could like lead to a major outbreak, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I'd agree with Anthony here. Having such a big territory like that and acquiring it through military use is bound to cause grievances and problems, right? Between the conquered people and the new rulers. But I think in the case for the Mongols, they did it well. They did it right so that there weren't any problems. For example, when they took over China, they didn't implement any new government or anything that would cause the people to hate them. Right? All they did was use the same system of government that the Chinese had and just replace some of the rulers, right? So before, they didn't have Muslim rulers, and now they have some Muslim rulers. And because there wasn't any change, or much change at all, the Chinese people didn't have a problem with the Mongolians being the ruler in that sense. What about you, Cesar?
I think it's a good ploy because it would make them a bigger empire, as they said, but there's still a chance where it couldn't go wrong and could go right in a way. And yeah,
I'm going to disagree and say that the bigger empire doesn't necessarily mean better because there's a limit to how much you can control, and depending on who you are and how you're ran, the limit's different. So if you're more stable, then you can get a bigger empire, but if you're less stable, then you're more likely to lose the pieces that you get, which would result in unrest in the people that you capture or integrate into your empire, and it would result in the end of you, and all you will be in the future would just page in the history book.
I can see your reasoning behind that.
All right, and the final topic we will discuss today is religious freedom. Religious freedom was seen in the Mongol Empire and most modern day countries now, not all of them. Is it important to include this freedom in countries and empires, or do they function just as well without it? Caesar, what do you think about this topic?
I think it is important to incorporate religious freedom because it would give the people more trust in the government, and this would result in not enough of not rebellions against the government, and overall just better trust, and the people would like the government more.
Yeah, I'd
Shubho?
agree. Having religious freedom and allowing people to live the way they want to live and do and believe in what they want to believe allows them to garner trust in the government and like them more. And since they like them more, the chances of a rebellion are a lot less are lower because of that. Unless
I'm gonna
something big happens, the rebellions will usually happen.
I'm gonna disagree with Shubho and say with his claim that the rebellions are less likely to occur because they're happy with their government. In the book The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli, if I pronounce his name right, I apologize if I didn't. He stated that I'm paraphrasing here that the more diverse your principality is, the more likely it is to have uprisings and like a civil war into it, because all of the diversity that you have in your empire is mingling, and sometimes it's not always good. So that may result in fights or disputes between them, and then that would eventually correlate into fights and dispute between the people that you control and your empire.
I can see a reasoning behind that. I don't think that was the case in the Mongol Empire though, because of the religions that were in place there. I don't think that the religions there, like Buddhism and Confucianism and Islam, would have any conflict with each other. What's your take on this, Magana? Who do you side with?
I said, well, I think it's a good thing because, like, the people, like the civilians, get to show their true colors, and like if they get to allow to show their true colors, they'll have trust, and like the empire will be like a more centralized, stable one without like any rebellions or any problems.
Yeah, no conflicts.
Yeah, no conflicts.
Okay, does anyone else have anything else to input?
I'm good. I'm closing remarks.
No.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all for your time and your inputs on these various topics, but we've run out of discussion time. As a final note, the decisions the Mongol Empire made a long time ago can still be analyzed and justified by the people of today. Goodbye, and remember that somebody out there loves you.